A very happy good afternoon to every one of you. Guys, today we are going to see the newspaper called The Hindu and it's dated in July 30, 2025. Today we are just going to see some of the awesome things that has been occurred during the parliament section about the Operation Sindoor, and there had a little, it means a fight between the BJP parties and the Congress party, and literally a lot of questions were asked, and it was an intense fire exchange. So I'll just tell the information what's happened and what are the response they have been given to that. And one sad incident also happened in the New York. Nearly a mental illness person who just killed nearly 4 persons, includes a policeman also. So why he had done like this, we are also going to see about it, and little bit of the extra information also I am going to tell about it. On today's newspaper was quite interesting in some kind of information only. So okay, let's just directly go into the information of this newspaper. And at the beginning of that information, there has been given the 3 Pakistan terrorists behind the Pagalgam were killed. So center says. So you can see nowadays the recent incident that has been occurred, especially in the Dacham Valley. It means it was located near to the Dal Lake. That's been located in the Srinagar. And one other interesting thing, I would like to share the map to you. So now I'll just share the map. So now you can see this map, I think so. So you can see the okay. Now you can see here. So this is Srinagar and this is the Pagalgam. So from here the attack has been occurred, and later on the lot of security force, it means lot of armed force and central reserve force, and which comes mostly under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Lot of person took the initiative to track down this terrorist, and later on from here the Pagalgam, it means the terrorists, they just flew to the Srinagar, and here there is a Dal Lake, and the near to lockdown nearly 22 kilometers east side of the Dal Lake, there lacked a forest valley. So they were being captured by here and they just were being killed entirely. And now as the monsoon section, it's been you would have known about the Operation Mahadev that was successfully led by the army person, and they also just told during the parliament section what are the things that has been occurred, and what are the, it means equipments, what are the guns they have been captured, and a little bit of forensic investigation also has been done, and later on the terrorists were been completely eliminated from this area Srinagar. And we need to see little bit extra information about this also. We can just go dive into it. So now you can see here, you know this person who is a Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and he was speaking during the Lok Sabha during the debate on Operation Sindhu. And you can see the what are the things it means during the Pagalgam attack, you would have known what are the things that has been occurred. And he also asked a lot of questions to the, especially to the Congress persons. And they have been, it means here they have been named what kind of terrorists they have been killed. Especially there were a lot of A category terrorists. It means there is a difference between lot of categories in the terrorism, because there is 3 things you can see here. This A plus plus and A plus mean he is the top commander of the entire the terrorist groups. But now we had just killed the A category terrorist, and mostly A plus plus and A plus category terrorists will be hidden inside the Pakistan occupied Kashmir and simultaneously inside the Pakistan. Now the A terrorist, it means the A category terrorist has been completely eliminated in our land. And now the other also, it means the other initiative, a powerful a prevention act also held by the union government and centrally as associated with the NIA, it means National Investigation Agency. They just led a powerful prevention act. It's called the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. This act was mainly comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs also, and alongside with the union government and NIA. So they categorically monitored what kind of terrorists should be placed in the which category. It means they want to place in the A category or A plus plus category, or A and B category, C category. So there are a lot of categories in the terrorism. So this kind of thing that's been occurred. So at page number 8 and also at the main section, they also elaborated the explanation that's been going between them, this kind of operations in the discussion in the parliament section. So now we can just look over the basic headline that's been given, and now you can see here. Yesterday information I just told about the sub inspector, it means their parents killed the daughter's lover. So later on, one of the most saddest thing is Kavin Selva Ganesh family refused to accept his body. This is literally so much sad, guys. Whenever I just read about this, I feel a little bit sad about it. You just see the parents have refused to accept the son's body, because mostly the parents won't tell like this kind of thing. Parents relative only will definitely insist their parents to refuse this kind of body, because most all the parents love their sons, but this kind of things literally makes me sad. And what they are saying is, until it means we have to accept this body means you should at least arrest the sub-inspector couples, which means the parents of the both the daughters who are sub-inspector. You should arrest them. Later on only we will accept like this. We will accept his body like that they are telling. So now the discussion means the inquiry and the lot of other thing investigation will be going upon him and alongside the his lover's parents also. So we need to see upon it. So now we can just go to the next one, and here you can see Tamil Nadu and Kerala please to kick off the presidential reference hearing. So why the Tamil Nadu and Kerala is mostly concerned to this presidential reference means you can see in Tamil Nadu we have a CM called MK Stalin, and in who was a governor RN Ravi. And while most of the hearings and while most of the initiatives taken by the CM, they requires a bill to pass with the alongside with the governor's sign and alongside with the president's sign. So while CM is imposing lot of new development bills and lot of other, it means infrastructure bills, mostly the governor R.N. Ravi delays the signature process. And alongside with the governor Ravi, it means the governor should ask to the president also, and he can also take little bit of stance based upon this. But as it is been so much long delayed, the CM has requested the central government, especially to the Supreme Court, to investigate in this case. And later on, what they have did is the Supreme Court they just questioned the president, and also the president nearly the before 2 months I think so, and they have the president asked nearly 14 to 15 questions to the Supreme Government regarding the implementation of the bills. And so this kind of problem is also again going on. So you can see here the union government will be held on August 1920. It means the hearing will be going on this kind of dates. And after this hearing and after the deciding of the both parties about the president's rule and the Tamil Nadu CM rule, now that the timelines will be given to them, because if the CM implements a bill means within 1 or 2 weeks, within 3 or 4 weeks the bill should be passed. So now the hearing will be going on, and we have to see in the both kind of perspective, because Tamil Nadu person will say one thing and the governor and the central government person will say another thing. And you can also take the reference in the Ayodhya case. In 1993, it's also occurred because of this presidential reference. The CM will tell one thing and the president will tell one thing. The governor will also tell one thing. So upon investigation of this three, it means the Supreme Court will come here and will form a committee based upon these three persons. It means CM, the president and the governor. And later on, they will discuss and they will finalize it within how much timeline the entire rule should be come into the rule as it's supposed. And example one is Ayodhya case and second is the Kerala bill, education bill. So these are the two bill that has been category based upon it. Okay, now we can just go to the next one. So you can see, because yesterday information I think so I did not cover this, because the nuns means a Christianity women who are dedicated their entire life to the nuns. So they have been arrested. What they are saying is these nuns, he just went to the tribal community peoples and they forcefully converted the tribal community peoples into Christianity. But when we speak to the tribal community people's family, they are just saying no, they weren't forced converted. They have an interest in the Christianity, so we converted to the Christianity. But as the other opposition party or other people, they just tells that they were forced to convert to the Christianity. So now the lot of protest has been going on. So we need to look upon it, because a simple protest can be easily controlled, guys. But a farmer protest or religious protest or any kind of spiritual protest or for example the caste killing, some kind like this kind of protest can't be controlled easily, because we need to have a proper introspection and proper investigation. Because if we spark any one side means the entire forest will burn. So there is a lot of problems between this. So we need to have proper investigation in this. So now we can just go to the world news that's been occurring. And okay, you can see this. See now, as I said before, whenever the France recognizes the Palestine as a state, now you can see the UK, United Kingdom, to receive the state of Palestine unless Israel agrees to trace. It means if you haven't come to a stance of 2 point, it means two state solution, two country solution, or if you haven't stopped the problems that you are imposing on the Palestinian peoples, we will decide that Palestine should be considered as a state. And before you can see in yesterday's news, Donald Trump and simultaneously Keir Starmer, it means the UK Prime Minister, both they had a discussion in the Scotland. In definitely at that, see guys, without having discussion with the Donald Trump, like this kind of any kind of statements won't come. Definitely Donald Trump will say any kind of other thing, because Donald Trump, even though Donald Trump has a power, he can't directly threaten Israel because entire Israel's scientists, security, and the main thing is the Mossad. All of these 3% are entirely fully, it means fully manipulated, fully completely in the United Kingdom. So each and every stance, even a pin move in the presidential office also, the Israel Mossad force will have the capability to know and also tell to the Israel government. So that much powerful Mossad, that it means the security thing, the intelligence service they have, and India also do have research and analyze wing. And so because after talking with the Donald Trump or any kind of other discussion between these two prime minister and president, this time the UK just tells within September we will, it means within September we will consider the Palestine as a complete state. So like that they are just telling. And you can also see the France condemns violence by the Israeli settlers in the West Bank. So what happened is a person, we can say his name, just now you can see this. This is Agwad Mohammed something, I think. So he is a teacher and also he also created a documentary film. It means Oscar-winning documentary film. But he was killed in the West Bank because of the Israel. So the France conducted. It means they condemned that why you are doing like this kind of things. And other thing is what I want to mention here is in a movie. It means in a short film I just saw. It means they were Israeli. It means they were the Israeli military settlers and the Gaza people. They just, it means for example, let us consider this is an Israel border. It means the Israel people capture a little bit of Palestine border, and some Palestinian peoples go from A point to B point to work here. So most of them were not allowed to pass over here. And suppose if I have the short film, I will just definitely put in the message section so you can look over it. Because while seeing that movie, literally I felt so much sad. Even that film, even the short film was taken before, I think so, 4 to 5 years at the before times. So if before 4 to 5 years itself that has been occurring, we just consider about the recent things that has been, it means the Israel people doing against the Gaza. So we need to look over it. And see, these were the, it means nearly now the Gaza toll has been, it means the death has been increased to 60,000. So it's literally so much high, guys. And other thing is you can see 4 killed as man opened fires in the New York skyscraper. So what had happened is he had a mental issue, it means health issue related to a brain disease. So later on what he just did is he just went inside the apartment and started to kill a lot of people. And in that one policeman also was injured and died. And what the other thing is, guys, you can see here, he was leaving a black BMW. Wow, BMW is such a very costly and very good car. And see, even though here the cost doesn't matter, even though you have a huge amount of money, you can see M4 rifle. So M4 rifle is not a cheap toy like you can get easily. It's not about 10 rupees or 20 rupees. So it costs so much lakhs. Carrying a BMW bike, wow, carrying the BMW car, wow, literally so much good. And M4 rifle, literally so much huge cost of this gun is. And you can see here, the person who has so much amount of cost is not having a wealthy lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. You can see, cost doesn't matter to the health. See, he has a brain disease. So due to this brain disease, the automatically the emotional thing, the behavior thing will changes. Because one thing, because in a book I just read, I think so, the book name is The Brain or something. In that amygdala, it's a brain, it's a main thing that controls the emotions. So what had occurred is a person, it's a real life story. Let us name the person as A. And he was living in a normal life, in a normal condition, everything was good. Suddenly he killed his wife as well as his mother. Later on, he just committed a suicide. Later on, while doing an autopsy, doing a postmortem, they just came to know a brain tumor was there in the portion of amygdala. So amygdala is a portion that controls the emotions and the angerness like this. So this brain tumor just gone and pushed the amygdala portions. So while continuously triggering, it means this is a amygdala means this is a tumor. This continuously goes and pushes like this. So while this occurring, the amygdala got triggered and leads to taking unconditional response, unconditional the emotion. So later on, he just gone and killed his wife and mother. So that's why the brain part is so much important. Whenever we fall down, the scanning of brain is so much important. So we should not. It means even though you fall down or any kind of thing, do take good care of your brain. So we can just go to the next thing. And one of the next interesting thing is this one, because more than 30 killed as heavy rains last northern China. Guys, this is not new information. This information was before 3 weeks. Before 3 weeks itself, this kind of heavy rains has occurred. Now the problem has been changed. After 3 weeks only, this information is coming to the global media. Literally, you see, guys, how the China is telling the information to the global media. Literally 3 weeks after this information has come, means literally so much shocking. Before 3 weeks, you can see here only heavy rain is come. Nearly lot of dams has been damaged. Lot of dams have been completely collapsed, and heavy rains has been occurred, as similar to the Himachal Pradesh incident. And later on, after 3 weeks only, this information comes out. Means you just think about how the religion will be, how the human life will be, and how the population. See, guys, really, if you consider China, China is only showing half of the truth. Remaining half of the truth, they are not at all showing. Suppose if you are seeing the China, means you are seeing just only 10% of the China. Literally 90% of China, we are not unable to see. Even though you use VPN, even though you use other kind of website, we couldn't see the entire China also. So that's the most interesting thing about China. So we can see in tomorrow's what will happen. We can go to the next information. Yes, and now the most interesting things I also just looked over it. So you can see that the India may replicate post MSME features in the future trade deals. See, as we know about the India and UK trade deal based upon this MSME. Okay, first of all, why this MSME is so much important. You can see this medium, small, micro enterprises. Why this is so much important? Because there is a difference between a startup company. I will just write here. There is a difference between startup companies and MSME companies. The startup company is a new technology company. Suppose if you are creating a drone, they will provide you certain kind of money, so you can create a drone. But MSME means, it means improving your lifestyle, improving your business activity. Suppose if you are having one rice mill, so now I want to improve my rice mill to the 3 to 4 rice mill, means they will give you certain kind of amount. So this is called as MSME. Not only this rice mill, when you consider about the textile, when we consider about manufacturing any kind of goods, selling any kind of goods, and printing presses, and a lot of other things comes under this MSME categories. So you just see, guys, as we are now going to improve this MSME, definitely the clothing industry will increase, textile industry will increase, manufacturing sector will increase, and also oil production and this crude oil, this kind of production sector will increase. So as we had a good communication, it means we put a lot of trade initiative with the India and UK. This MSME is going to increase towards the UK, and simultaneously in the future, it means in the future days, this India, it means our country India, will also have a lot of trade deals with other countries. Example, most of the European countries will be so much will have a connection with the India alongside with this MSME deal. So definitely India, if we give lot of other subsidiary to this MSME, means definitely we will be also a global leader. It means we can also go to the third world largest economy. Because European market is such a huge market, European Union market. Because even though when we compare both the population of this Europe Union and Asian Union, this European Union are so much wealthy people. Guys, so it's so simple, guys. Suppose if we take the Germany per capita income, they just goes around nearly $30,000 to $50,000. $30,000 to $50,000. But do you know what is the per capita income of India? It's literally $2,700. Approximately, I'm saying $2,700. You just see the difference between $2,700 and $32,000 to $40,000. So literally, you can see the difference, and you can see about the France, about the Spain, Italy. So these countries are so much wealthy countries, and they would have lot of money. So if we just sell one product, means we can get huge amount of money. So suppose, for example, if I'm because in during my college time, I just went to a shoe manufacturing sector. There, two shoe, it means the pair of shoes just cost around nearly 18,000 rupees. You just see, this 18,000 rupees can be sold in India? Definitely not. Because we are a cheap market and an affordable market. Mostly people used to buy 1,000 rupees shoes, that's far more enough. See, 18,000 rupees shoes is freely sold to the United Kingdom, it means to the European nation. So, suppose this is one pair. If a lot of amount of supplies is given to the United Kingdom, means we will get lot of money. So this MSME scheme is also going to increase. So we need to consider this European market, so we can improve our trade relationship with their countries. So now we can just go to the next one. As I said, see, this mission is going to really be very much important, because NISAR is going to launch. So we can just wait and see what's going to happen, because you also get a writer, and also see what kind of other information I can share from my point of view. And this is also other good thing, guys, because Royal Bengal tiger has started to improve in its population level. Because we know Royal Bengal means that the tiger is a national animal of India, and now this kind of restoration effort to improve the tiger should be made, because if an animal is not, that means it will definitely damage the entire ecosystem. It's so simple, guys. You would have known about the food chain. Suppose whenever a food chain is completely destroyed, all the other thing will be completely erupted, because we humans completely destroy this food chain. Wherever you go, you just see, we go to forest, we go to any kind of places, we entirely destroy the ecosystem, we entirely destroy the food chain. When whatever we see, we will eat those things. For example, it's a funny thing, we would have known about the beer gills. So he's a kind of guy who explores the adventurous thing and who goes inside the forest, and this guy also makes us to educate also. But the humans are foremost worster in our generation to kill all of the things. So like this kind of initiatives such as improving the animals and improving the birds and lot of other things should be taken. Okay, now we can just go to the next main headlines that I want to convey. And see, you can see here about the parliament section that has been held, because there is a very much important person. My favorite person is this person. You can see he is a Jaishankar, who is a external minister, and he used to give particular sharp replies, guys. So I used to like this person because lot of things I am also learning from it. And during the during the interaction in the Lok Sabha, and the president, it means Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Defense Minister had a good conversation with the opposition party, because opposition party had asked a lot of questions to the current BJP government. So in that, it means the Modi has also told no world leader asked us to stop the operation. So he just told, see, there's no single world leader asked us to stop the operation. So because why he is saying this repeatedly, the US president continuously comes and I stopped the war, I stopped the war, but maybe no use, because Donald Trump just comes and check casually each and everything. And you can see here the US President Donald Trump that he has bought this issue. This is completely a new thing, guys. It means completely a waste thing. Because what happened, you would have known about the entire operation. After the operation Sindoor was carried out, and after the next 48 hours, the Pakistan DGMO, Director of Military Operation, called the Indian counterpart, Indians DGMO, to discuss about the ceasefire, and they just requested to ceasefire the entire thing. So later on, the Operation Sindoor was passed. It is passed because it is not. It means the Operation Sindoor has not stopped. It's just a past. And later on, you can see about the lot of defense equipment that has been carried by the India. And the Prime Minister Narendra Modi also said this is an era of technological driven war. Wow, this is such a good thing, because here most of the humans was not being placed, and here most of the drones were placed, especially drones. Lot of lamentation drones, a lot of suicide drones, kamikaze drones, and lot of drones were also placed, because in 2 days information I also just told, we just created drone. Suppose you can name this is a drone, and this drone is capable of carrying missiles. Wow, this is a good thing. It means a drone can carry some kind of weapons, or directly we can drop the missiles or the payloads in it. But this drone carries a missile and it goes to a certain location, and this launches a missile. For example, this missile has a capacity of nearly 20 kilometers, and this drone has a capacity of nearly 50 kilometers. So now we have an additional kilometer of total kilometers 70 kilometers. This missile can go and travel, and this missile also costs so much cheap, because it's being carried by the drone. And for both manufacturing of this, just how much? For example, 5 to 10 lakhs is far more enough, I think so. This drone cost will be so much lesser, and this missile cost may be so much higher in the lakhs. Suppose if we completely manufacture this missile to go on hit the target in 70 kilometers, means the cost of missile will be so much higher, guys. So that's why this kind of defense deal and this kind of production is also very much important. But that was successfully conducted by the DRDO. And since you can see about the Indus Valley Treaty, nearly 80% of the water is given to the Pakistan because of the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. And now a lot of the Indus Water Treaty has been completely passed. It has not been stopped, because in future, if any kind of trade talks, if any kind of other talks will be made by the Pakistan and India, I mean definitely this Indus Water Treaty will be open, in my point of view. And here also we can see some of the interesting thing that Rahul Gandhi has also conveyed during this section, because you can see he just tells this entire Operation Sindoor was carried not because of the people who were killed in the Pahalgam. This our entire operation was carried because to improve the political image of the Narendra Modi, as this paragraph tells about it. And you can see here, he also tells continuously, by to improve your image, it means through the Narendra Modi, to improve your image, you are doing this kind of thing, means what is the use? And now we are not targeting, it means now we are not targeting only Pakistan, we are also targeting Pakistan and China, because they had a agreement with each other to destroy the entire India. So as he tells like this. And you can also see, it means after a certain period of time, the ceasefire was declared, and later on the operation has been halted. But as the Rahul Gandhi tells, you should give the entire operation to the British. It means you two should give the entire operation to the Army, Navy and Air Force. Because about the, you would have known about a lot of operations that been occurred during the Indira Gandhi period, about 1971, the Bangladesh war. And during the time, the entire thing was given to the army persons. And later on, after the complete eradication of the persons that's been in the East Pakistan, it means the Bangladesh, and they have completely eliminated the Pakistani military person and terrorism in the East Pakistan named Bangladesh. So after that, the war has been stopped. So like that, you haven't given any kind of preference to the army person. You have completely ceasefire. So that's your biggest mistake that you have made, Narendra Modi. Like that, he is just conveying and saying. And he also questioned about, suppose if we do not claim the Pakistan occupied Kashmir, then when we will claim? This was a good time that we would have captured the entire Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So because of your political image, you need to improve. You are just doing like this kind of ceasefire. And you are just continuously telling that Donald Trump is not coming into picture. But why the Donald Trump is continuously alleging his information? Why he is continuously saying his information? You are not giving any kind of clarity information in this. And other one thing, guys, he also tells about the how many jets you have shortened now. It means our side has been shortened now. You are not completely telling this. So why you are doing like this kind of thing? So lot of good questions also he asked, because we need to see from the both side of the party. We should not completely see only the Modi what is doing. We should also completely see in the Rahul Gandhi point of view, because he is an opposition president. He is an opposition party. In my point of view, we can say I am just considered Rahul Gandhi is a good leader, but he is not a good visionary leader, and he is not a good futuristic leader. But you can see Narendra Modi, a good visionary leader. There is a lot of difference between a leader, visionary leader, and also with a futuristic leader. A leader just represents the peoples. It means mostly he represents the people. But a visionary leader tells, and it means sees in all perspective what in the future will be happening, how much discussion we need to go, how much the country will go. So lot of other perspective also a visionary leader also thinks. So in my point of view, Modi is doing good, but Modi should also improve a lot of other things also, because suppose if I need to tell about Modi good percentage, means I can just say Modi is 60%, something like that. Be remaining 40 to 30 to 40%. We may say he is also do have any kind of political agenda or political motive, because every politician has certain kind of other thing also. So, but when we compare the positive and negative, we should see mostly to the positive side. So now we can just go to the next one. So you would have known about her, and she just tells, it means they were completely intelligence failure, because lot of facilities was there, and your intelligence was not so much good. So like that he just tells, and a lot of other thing also told by the party members by the BJP. And now we can just go to the next one, because time is so much running. Another one interesting thing is this one, because now India had a good communication and they had a good outreach with the Syrian government. Literally I was so much shocked why the Syria is so much important, because wait, I will just show the picture to you so you can have a good understanding. So now you can see this is a picture. So you can see why the Syria is so much important in nowadays, because you just see the Mediterranean Sea and the Israel, and you know about the Suez Canal that's been located in here, and you can see this Syria is it means far more important to alongside with the Turkey, because this Syria is the main central hub, because each and everything it's been a center. So if you want to go to Iraq and Iran, means the Syria will be considered as the most prominent place. And since the Israel is also located here, Jordan is Saudi Arabia, so that's why Syria is so much important. And Syria also do have lot of good oil capacity and a lot of iron resources also. Lot of raw material resources also being placed in Syria. Suppose if we had any kind of embassy in the Syria, any kind of intelligence operation in Syria, we would have get an upper hand of controlling this entire Gulf state, because you would have known lot of things. It means Turkey is giving lot of other defense equipment to Pakistan. Suppose if we had a good embassy, or if we had a good relation with the Syria, definitely we can get lot of information from Syria by the Turkish government what they are doing. So since the Black Sea is a little bit controlled by Russia and a little bit of other Russian prominent states, So we will also get a lot of information. But Syria is also so much important. In my point of view, having a good relationship with the Syria is so much needed. And you can see about this kind of thing. It means they need to improve the bilateral trade because benefits of the both states. And in it means 2023, there had an earthquake in Syria, and at the time Operation Dost was carried. So now I think so we can go to the next information. And one of the most interesting thing, this is a good thing, guys, because lot of sanitary workers, because they used to go inside the drainage and they used to go and clean it. But now the Bihar community has approved some kind of fundings to them, because it means to improve their way of life, to improve their what kind of thing they need to be do. So they have just created a commission, one chairman, a vice chairman, so a lot of other things. So now definitely in future, I think so they will give any kind of any good things or equipments, or because while just going into this kind of ditch hole or a deep hole, lot of the methane gas, lot of other toxic gas will be present here. Because whenever you just see, guys, it's so simple. Whenever you cover a food things or inside a wrapper, definitely there will be release of lot of methane gas, and sometimes the methane gas and also along with the toxic gas also they will be released. So that will be so much harmful to the human species and human life. So whenever they are just opening this, suddenly the flame, suddenly the gas will come, and suddenly it will strike our nose and strike our entire front head portion. So due to that, the smelling also will fall to the giddiness and they will also die. And getting deep into it also is so much danger, because in Delhi you can see, Delhi they are saying it's a so much advanced state, but in other point of view we need to see lot of sanitary workers is being death by this kind of pit holes. This kind of development should show lot of other developments for giving them a well suit like this kind of test needed. So now we can just go to the next one. Editorial page I will just cover in the next step. And see other one sad incident I just need to convey, need to say also. You can see here nowadays lot of boys, it means Gen Z boys and all of other persons, they just think they are so much superior in nowadays. 17-year-old boy shot by a police after he breaks them, it means attacks them, and a SE youth with marcher. So you can see now lot of people, especially the younger generation people, they are consuming lot of drugs, because in recent days in Kerala and Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, lot of drugs has been increased, because of they have a good, it means the drug mafia had a good relationship with the Cambodia and Thailand, because they were the main supply of the drugs industry to the southern province of Indian states. So in my point of view, while we are consuming drugs, this kind of the anger thing, this kind of we are the only superior things, like this kind of mentality will definitely come. So now it means the two persons, they just took a knife and started to attack lot of persons. So during the time you could see Sub Inspector Murugan rushed to the spot. It means they had a problem. So at the time the problem was being informed to the Sub Inspector. So Murugan rushed to the spot, and at the time the boy started to attack the Murugan. So later on he just tried to stop, but later on what he did, he just took the pistol that's been given to him, and he just shot down the particular 17-year-old boy. His life is safe, but he has been shot down, because you can see the injured teenager is facing nearly 8 cases, and including a murder case and a petrol bombing hurdle case, and 4 cases have been registered associate against his associate. So you just see, guys, in my point of view, does this kind of person should be living in today's society? You can just put lifelong imprisonment, because you can see at the age of 17 means, see there are nearly 8 cases, mean before 17 itself he would have due, because now there is a one thing called under 18 no child should be arrested, they should send to the children's improvement club, welfare, like that. So this kind of person should not be lived at all, they should be put in a life sentence, because this kind of person won't affect only one person or other person. This kind of person will go on entirely affect all of the persons surrounding by them. Because whenever we see, suppose just so simple, guys, whenever you see APJ Abdul Kalam, what will be your mindset? Okay, we can become a Abdul Kalam, like we can become an APJ, we can become a DRDO ISRO scientist. But whenever you see this kind of stupid, such a worst kind of voice, in nowadays generation, they get inspired by this kind of idiotic. I don't need to say any kind of bad words. So this kind of person should be completely eliminated, guys. So that's it in my point of view. I think so today's news is over, because the time is going so much high. And okay, guys, then please see in the next video, and I will upload the editorial replies to you. Okay, then thank you, then take care, have a good time, bye bye.